This is Chris with another Tire Side Chat. Just thought I would throw out another video today because of a problem that's becoming more and more widespread. I'm seeing it a lot more, and that is people will be on their computers just browsing the internet. They'll click on a link and all of a sudden they'll get a full page warning, and it'll say, you know, something along the lines with lots of exclamation points. Your computer's infected, you need to call this number. Sometimes they'll say they're from Microsoft, sometimes they won't. Just wanted to clue you on what to do when you see that, and what not to do. Here's what not to do. Don't respond at all to what you're seeing on the screen. Do not pick up the phone. Do not open your email to email them. Don't do anything. Immediately, the first thing you want to do is try to close out that window. 99% of the time you won't be able to close out that window because they've locked your screen onto that particular page. And so your next order of business is to immediately reach for the power button on your computer and hold it until your computer turns off. Yes, I know I generally say don't do that. Please don't do that. But in this case, in this situation, that's what's warranted. You do not want that program that has been launched on your computer inside your browser, you do not want that to be able to implant any kind of code on your computer. Now, probably, I would say about half the time it already has anyway. As soon as it pops up on the screen, it's loaded something onto your computer, but sometimes it doesn't. It seems to be about a 50-50 thing. From what I've seen, sometimes people get that, they bring it in, still on, and we turn the machine off, we turn the machine on, it goes away, and then we run a Malwarebytes scan on it, and Malwarebytes doesn't find anything. About the other half of the time, we turn the machine back on, and Malwarebytes does find some things, some Trojan viruses that are phoning home with information off your computer. So, you know, ultimately the best thing to do in that situation, once you've turned it off and turned it back on, is to bring it to me so I can check it out for you. But definitely turn it off. Definitely do not ever, 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 ever give anyone that you don't know remote access to your machine. Just don't do it. I don't care who it is. Unless you know them personally, don't do it. Too many scam artists out there today. You know, I suppose, you know, we have Time Warner Cable and CenturyLink in our area, and if you've called them and you've had to prove who you are, because, you know, you got to do that, I suppose that would be okay. But nobody else. And even then, the idea of someone else being on my machine just gives me the willies. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not a good idea to give somebody remote access. But especially if you're responding to one of these pop-up screens that says danger, danger, your computer's infected, call us right away. No, because the first thing they're going to do is they're going to get on your computer, and you're not going to know what they're doing because they can do it all in the background. You know, they've got their screen open with your computer on it. That doesn't mean they're showing you what they're doing. And so you definitely don't want to do that. You don't want to give them remote access. Because when you do that, then you've opened up a whole big can of worms. And what some of these places will do is they will secretly put a password on your computer, and it is, the sneaky thing about it is a Windows operating system method for putting a password on your computer. It's not a login password in the traditional sense. It's a super duty password that's made for corporate and enterprise clients, really. And if they put one on there without you knowing it, and then they go through their spiel and you don't pay, they just activate it and say, see you later. And you can't get, after you do that, you cannot get on your computer ever, period, ever again. You have to reload it, start over. I don't even think you can get your data off of it. So I've never tried that, though, because I've only run across it like twice, and both people just said reload, don't worry about it. So yeah, you don't, nuh-uh. So don't respond except to number one with a bullet. Turn off your computer using your power button. Hold it down. It should take 5-10 seconds. Then once it's off, you can turn it back on, see what's happening. You know, if you have, well, if you've had a computer serviced by me or sold by me to you, you have Malwarebytes on it, just go ahead and run Malwarebytes, and that should take care of it. That really should. Or run your virus scanner from your antivirus. That should take care of it as well. If anything comes up, you know you got it. If nothing comes up, then you know there wasn't a problem in the first place. So just a heads up out there. You got to be safe. It is the wild, wild west in internet cyberland these days. It's caveat emptor, I think, is the Latin for it. Buyer beware. Well, surfer beware. How about that? All right. If you found this interesting, if you found it useful, I hope you have. I hope you never have to face it, but, you know, that things are getting worse all the time. So you probably will at some point face this screen. So just take my advice and save yourself a lot of heartache and a lot of trouble. If you like our stuff, like and subscribe. Really appreciate it when you do. Talk to you later.